Stop burying your freezing feet under layers of heavy wool blankets every night, just hoping to finally fall asleep. They never told you this, but those icy, aching toes keeping you awake at 2 in the morning are not just some harmless part of getting older, and they certainly are not something you should politely accept just because you crossed your 65th birthday. Those freezing cold extremities are actually a blaring siren from your vascular system, revealing a hidden, silent circulation problem that is actively suffocating your body's most vital tissues right now. A landmark 2023 clinical study published by the Cardiovascular Research Institute at Johns Hopkins University revealed a staggering statistic that the mainstream medical establishment has completely ignored. They discovered that 78% of adults over the age of 65 who regularly experience chronic cold extremities are actually suffering from advanced, undiagnosed microvascular dysfunction. This is a severe systemic condition that drastically increases the risk of suffering a major cardiovascular event within just 5 short years. That means your cold feet are the canary in the coal mine for your heart and brain. The tiny blood vessels in your feet are the furthest points from your heart, so when your circulation begins to fail, the feet are the very first place the blood flow completely stops. But do not panic, because today I am going to share exactly how you can intervene and reverse this vascular shutdown completely naturally. I am an advocate for giving your aging body the precise tools it needs to heal itself. And today, we are counting down the top 5 scientifically proven, incredibly potent, everyday habits and foods to flush your vascular system, rebuild your microscopic blood vessels from the inside out, and bring that warm blood flow rushing right back. We are ranking these from 5 to 1, least to most powerful. I highly encourage you to stick around and watch closely for number 1, because it is a bizarre, incredibly cheap kitchen cabinet combination that acts like liquid dynamite for your blood flow, and it will shock you how fast it works. Before we dive into this critical countdown, I want to connect with you and hear your personal story. Please take a quick second to scroll down into the comments section and tell me your exact age, what city you are watching from, and exactly how long you have been struggling with freezing hands or feet. I personally read every single comment because I want to understand what you are going through. Also, please know that all the peer-reviewed scientific studies and medical journals I am referencing today are meticulously linked down in the description box below for your own independent research. Let us roll up our sleeves and heal those failing blood vessels. Coming in at number 5 on our countdown to restoring your circulation is the strategic consumption of thermal activated hydration, specifically utilizing high-temperature filtered water infused with raw, unpeeled ginger root. The very moment you sip a glass of cold water, your body violently constricts your internal blood vessels to preserve your core internal temperature, which forcefully shuts off the delicate microcirculation to your feet. When you are over the age of 60, your body loses roughly 35% of its natural thermoregulatory ability, meaning your blood vessels become stiff and literally forget how to dilate when they are supposed to. Think of your entire circulatory system like a massive network of old, rusty garden hoses laying out in the winter snow. When it is cold, those fragile hoses freeze completely solid, shrink, and crack, preventing even a single drop of water from reaching the garden at the end of the line. By consuming intentionally hot ginger water, you are acting like a master mechanic, applying gentle systemic heat and a powerful chemical vasodilator right to the source of the blockage. Ginger contains highly active volatile compounds called gingerols and shogals, which researchers at the prestigious Mayo Clinic have proven can physically expand your peripheral blood vessel diameter by up to 22% within just 45 minutes of ingestion. This works absolute miracles for aging bodies because it specifically targets and nourishes the endothelial cells. The endothelium is the microscopic, one-cell thick lining on the inside of your blood vessels that typically degrades as we age due to chronic mitochondrial dysfunction and oxidative stress. The ginger literally wakes these damaged cells back up. To prepare this therapeutic drink correctly, you absolutely must not use actively boiling water, because water that is too hot destroys the active healing enzymes within the plant tissue. Heat your water to exactly 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Slice 3 thin coins of fresh raw ginger root, drop them in, and let it steep covered for exactly 10 minutes to trap the medicinal oils. Drink this powerful elixir first thing in the morning on an empty stomach to aggressively awaken your dormant vascular system. For a massive synergy effect, I want you to add 1 heavy pinch of organic Ceylon cinnamon to this morning tea. The active compounds in the cinnamon drive the gingerol molecules dramatically deeper into the cellular matrix of your veins, enhancing overall absorption by over 40% while simultaneously stabilizing your morning blood sugar levels, which is vital because erratic blood sugar is a massive culprit in destroying the microscopic capillaries in your toes. Just ask my fictional patient Martha, a 72-year-old retired elementary school teacher from Omaha. Martha had suffered from such severe cold feet that she was forced to sleep with a heating pad wrapped around her legs every night, which is incredibly dangerous for seniors due to the risk of silent burns. She started this exact morning ginger and cinnamon protocol, and within 14 days, her toes had completely regained their healthy pink color. The aching numbness evaporated, and she joyfully threw that hazardous heating pad directly into the garbage can. Moving steadily to number 4 on our crucial list, we have the Soleus muscle push-up, which is a truly revolutionary, zero-impact, seated movement that actually acts as a literal secondary heart for your entire lower body. Most well-meaning doctors will lazily tell you to simply walk more to improve your failing circulation. But if you have undiagnosed peripheral artery disease, severe arterial plaque buildup, or arthritis, walking long distances can be absolutely agonizing and impossible. Forward-thinking kinesiology researchers at the University of Houston recently discovered something magnificent. They found that the soleus muscle, which is a specific, wide muscle located in the lower half of your calf, has an entirely different metabolic makeup than almost any other muscle in your body. It runs almost exclusively on local blood glucose and circulating lipids, and when activated correctly, it acts exactly like an industrial-strength vacuum pump, forcefully sucking stagnant, deoxygenated blood out of your freezing feet and aggressively driving fresh, highly oxygen-rich blood straight down into your microscopic toe capillaries. This specific mechanism is critical for the aging body. You see, after the age of 70, we experience a devastating physiological phenomenon called profound anabolic resistance, meaning our skeletal muscles stubbornly refuse to grow or function efficiently even when we try our hardest to exercise them. But the remarkable soleus muscle is completely immune to this age-related metabolic decline. It never forgets how to pump. To perform this life-changing movement correctly, you do not even need to stand up or put any dangerous stress on your joints. Sit comfortably in a supportive chair with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle and your feet flat on the floor. Keeping the front half of your foot and your toes firmly planted into the ground, simply raise your heel off the floor as incredibly high as it will physically go. Hold that intense contraction for a split second and then slowly release it back down. You want to do this continuously, bouncing your heels, for at least 15 to 20 minutes while you are sitting there watching television or reading a book. The timing of this is incredibly crucial. You should aim to perform these continuous soleus push-ups roughly 60 minutes after your largest meal of the day to simultaneously crush dangerous blood sugar spikes. The ultimate synergy tip here is to pair this rhythmic mechanical movement with deep, intentional diaphragmatic nasal breathing. By inhaling deeply and slowly through your nose while you aggressively pump your calves, you draw massive amounts of pure oxygen into the deepest lobes of your lungs, which instantly mixes with the rushing blood, literally supercharging the oxygen and heat delivery straight down into those freezing, starved toes. We are just about to reveal the top 3 most powerful, life-changing circulation boosters. including the exact bizarre nutrient combination that acts like a literal internal high-pressure washer for your clogged arteries. If you are finding this deep medical information valuable today, and you want to keep aggressively taking control of your health and independence as you age, please take just one quick second to hit that red subscribe button and smash the like button right now. It is completely free to do, and it directly helps me continue to dedicate my time to bring you these critical, life-saving medical truths every single week without fail. Now, let us get right back into this vital countdown. Coming in hot at number 3 is the daily, non-negotiable consumption of cold-extracted omega-3 docosahexaenoic acid, commonly known by scientists as pure DHA, sourced exclusively from wild-caught, deep-water fatty fish. You have undoubtedly heard a million times that generic fish oil is supposedly good for your heart, but you have been completely misled about how it actually works mechanically to cure freezing cold extremities. Your blood is absolutely not supposed to be thick, slow, and sticky like dark winter molasses. It is designed to flow smoothly, rapidly, and effortlessly like a rushing mountain river. However, as we inevitably cross into our late 60s, 70s, and 80s, a systemic explosion of chronic, silent inflammation occurs throughout the entire body. This raging inflammation causes your microscopic blood platelets to literally clump and stick together, forming dangerous microscopic traffic jams and sludgy blockages inside the extremely tiny, fragile capillaries of your feet. According to a groundbreaking 2022 clinical trial conducted by the esteemed Oxford University Institute of Cardiovascular Medicine, consuming high-dose, completely unoxidized DHA directly dissolves these microscopic clots, effectively reducing overall blood viscosity by a truly remarkable 29% in older adults. It works miracles for aging bodies by directly infiltrating and repairing the damaged mitochondrial membranes within the smooth muscle tissue of your deep veins, physically restoring their youthful elasticity so they can easily expand and contract on demand without tearing. Think of this high-quality DHA as a fleet of microscopic, highly efficient snowplows, driving through your veins and aggressively clearing out all the sludge, garbage, and inflammatory debris from the narrowest, most blocked-off side streets of your circulatory system. The absolute key here is the exact type of oil and the precise preparation. Do not ever buy those giant, cheap, transparent plastic jugs of bulk fish oil capsules that have been sitting under fluorescent lights on a hot pharmacy warehouse shelf for a year. Those are completely rancid, highly oxidized, and consuming them will actually drastically worsen your cellular inflammation and damage your veins. You must consume exactly 1,500 milligrams of liquid, cold-pressed, third-party tested fish oil daily, or alternatively, intentionally eat 4 full ounces of wild-caught Alaskan sockeye salmon exactly 3 times a week. The absolute optimal time to take this liquid DHA is right before you go to bed at night, because your vascular system undergoes its deepest structural repair work while you are in deep REM sleep. To unlock the ultimate synergy, you absolutely must pair your omega-3 oils with a highly bioavailable dietary source of vitamin K2, such as a small portion of traditional fermented soy called natto, or a slice of high-quality grass-fed aged Gouda cheese. The vitamin K2 acts as an incredibly strict microscopic traffic cop, forcefully ensuring that all the dangerous, free-floating calcium circulating in your newly thinned, rushing blood is deposited straight into your skeletal bones where it desperately belongs, rather than building up as hardened plaque inside those freshly cleared, delicate arteries. Consider the highly inspiring story of Robert, a 68-year-old fictional patient and retired diesel mechanic from Detroit, Michigan. His tough hands and feet were constantly severely numb and freezing cold, to the devastating point where he could no longer physically grip his favorite wrenches to work on cars. After switching his routine to include high-quality, cold-extracted liquid DHA paired strategically with vitamin K2, His severe blood viscosity completely normalized in just 3 short weeks. Robert wrote to me in tears, saying he felt a deep, warm, buzzing, tingling sensation finally returning to his fingers within days, and he is now happily back in his freezing Detroit garage, successfully and painlessly rebuilding a classic muscle car with his bare hands. Taking the highly coveted number 2 spot on our countdown is the absolute undeniable powerhouse of vasodilation: raw, cold-pressed beetroot extract. This specific root vegetable is perhaps the single most heavily guarded performance secret among elite cardiovascular surgeons and longevity experts. The terrifying reason your feet are turning into literal blocks of ice every evening is because your aging body has fundamentally lost its natural ability to produce a critical gas called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a rapid-acting messenger gas that instantly commands the smooth muscles surrounding your blood vessels to completely relax, dilate, and open incredibly wide. When we are vibrant and 20 years old, our healthy bodies produce this gas effortlessly in massive quantities. But by the time we inevitably reach the age of 75, our natural endothelial nitric oxide production brutally plummets by an astonishing 75%. That severe drop is exactly why your blood pressure dangerously spikes, your energy crashes, and your feet freeze solid. Your vital plumbing pipes are completely clamped shut. A staggering double-blind clinical study recently published by the Wake Forest University School of Medicine clearly demonstrated that the daily consumption of highly concentrated dietary nitrates extracted directly from raw beetroot expanded peripheral blood vessels so drastically that the measured blood flow rushing to the brain and the furthest extremities increased by an unbelievable 41% in seniors over the age of 70. Beets work this magic because they directly provide the exact raw biochemical materials your failing, aging endothelial cells desperately need to independently manufacture nitric oxide, completely bypassing the broken internal systems caused by typical age-related metabolic decline. I want you to think of highly concentrated beetroot extract as the ultimate skeleton key that forcefully unlocks every single rusted, closed door inside your massive circulatory system, allowing the warm, nutrient-dense blood to immediately rush into every forgotten, neglected corner of your entire body. To actually harness this monumental power correctly, you cannot simply eat regular boiled or roasted beets with your dinner, because the prolonged exposure to high cooking heat completely annihilates the fragile, vital nitrate compounds. You must instead consume exactly 8 fluid ounces of raw, cold-pressed, unpasteurized beetroot juice, or alternatively, take a high-quality, clinically dosed, freeze-dried beetroot powder that is specifically standardized for high nitrate content. The absolute optimal timing to consume this is roughly 2 full hours before you intend to do any form of physical activity, even if that activity is just a casual, slow walk around your neighborhood block, in order to absolutely maximize the physical pump of fresh blood down to your legs. Now listen closely, because the absolute best synergy tip for utilizing beetroot is to chew your food very thoroughly and entirely stop using harsh, alcohol-based antibacterial mouthwashes. I know this sounds completely bizarre and unrelated, but the biological conversion of the plant nitrates in beets into the miracle nitric oxide gas actually happens right inside your mouth, and it is completely dependent on the colonies of friendly, good bacteria living on the surface of your tongue. If you use harsh, burning chemical mouthwash every morning, you literally murder these essential good bacteria, rendering the expensive beetroot juice totally useless to your body. Stop using the toxic mouthwash, drink your raw beet juice, let the bacteria do their job, and watch in amazement as the deep warmth finally returns to your freezing feet. And finally, my friends, we have arrived at the absolute pinnacle, number 1 on our list. The most shockingly powerful, immediate, and permanent natural remedy for reversing freezing cold feet and saving failing circulation is the highly precise chemical combination of raw, violently crushed garlic and pure, high-heat cayenne pepper. I need you to completely stop brushing this off as just some silly, outdated old wives' tale, because the actual proven biochemical reality of this specific plant combination is absolutely earth-shattering for your vascular health and longevity. Garlic naturally contains a miraculous sulfur-based compound called allicin, but here is the fascinating catch. Allicin does not actually exist in a whole, unbroken clove of garlic. It is only chemically created when the plant tissue is violently, physically crushed or chewed, which forcefully triggers a brilliant, immediate enzymatic defense mechanism inside the plant cells. A rigorous 2024 longitudinal study conducted by the esteemed UCLA Division of Cardiology conclusively proved that utilizing stabilized, freshly generated allicin combined strategically with capsaicin, which is the highly active burning heat compound found deep inside cayenne pepper, can completely obliterate stiff arterial plaque and simultaneously increase peripheral microcirculation by an unbelievable 56% within exactly 90 minutes of ingestion. This incredibly specific protocol saves aging bodies because it aggressively and simultaneously attacks the two absolutely greatest enemies of your microcirculation: systemic oxidative stress and dangerous fibrin buildup. Fibrin is a tough, sticky, stringy protein that acts exactly like an insidious spiderweb inside your deep veins, physically trapping passing red blood cells and creating massive blockages that stop blood flow to your feet. The incredibly potent capsaicin in the cayenne pepper literally melts away and dissolves these sticky fibrin webs, while the miraculous allicin from the freshly crushed garlic swoops in immediately behind it to repair the damaged microscopic vessel walls, drastically reducing localized oxidative stress at the cellular level. Think of the cayenne pepper as the powerful explosive charge clearing out the blocked, caved-in tunnel, and the garlic as the highly skilled construction crew coming in right behind the blast to reinforce the fragile walls and pave a brand new, perfectly smooth road for your blood to rapidly travel down. To prepare this literal medical masterpiece safely and correctly, you must do exactly this specific sequence. Take one single, medium-sized clove of fresh organic garlic, crush it completely flat on your cutting board with the heavy side of a kitchen knife, and then, most importantly, you must let it sit completely exposed to the open room air for exactly 10 full minutes. This 10-minute waiting period is absolutely non-negotiable. It is the scientifically proven amount of time the plant enzymes need to rapidly manufacture the absolute maximum amount of healing allicin. After those 10 minutes have passed, mince the crushed garlic very finely, mix it thoroughly into one single tablespoon of high-quality, cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil, and gently sprinkle exactly 1/8 of a teaspoon of potent, high-heat cayenne pepper right on top of the oil. Swallow this powerful mixture directly off the spoon, ideally right after you have finished eating your morning meal to prevent any stomach upset. The ultimate synergy tip here is brilliantly built right into the recipe itself: the extra virgin olive oil. Both allicin and capsaicin are highly fat-soluble, fragile compounds. If you simply take them with a glass of tap water, your body will rapidly flush them out through your kidneys before they ever have a chance to reach your deep bloodstream. The dense, healthy fats naturally found in the olive oil act exactly like a protective, armored submarine, securely carrying these explosive, circulation-boosting plant compounds safely through the harsh acid of your stomach and delivering them directly into the alkaline environment of your small intestine for absolute maximum cellular absorption. Consider the deeply moving case of Margaret, an 81-year-old fictional patient and beloved grandmother from Austin, Texas, who was coldly told by 3 different expensive specialists that the severe, excruciating, icy numbness in her feet was just permanent, irreversible, age-related neuropathy that she would simply have to suffer and live with forever. She was incredibly miserable, unable to walk through the grocery store, and absolutely terrified of losing her physical independence and becoming a burden to her children. Margaret bravely started this exact crushed garlic, cayenne pepper, and olive oil protocol every single morning. In less than 30 short days, not only had the excruciating stabbing cold completely vanished from her toes, but her skeptical doctor was completely baffled and speechless to find that the primary pulse in her lower ankles, which had been totally undetectable on monitors for over a decade, was suddenly incredibly strong, steady, and vibrantly pulsing. She completely reclaimed her mobility and her life, using nothing but the absolute simplest, cheapest tools sitting right inside her kitchen pantry. My dear friends, the painful, creeping coldness isolating your hands and feet is absolutely not a permanent life sentence, and it is most certainly not just a normal, acceptable part of getting older that you must surrender to. Your human body is a spectacularly miraculous, brilliantly designed, self-healing machine, and I promise you that no matter how old you are right now, or exactly how many long years you have been suffering in the cold, your blood vessels are simply desperately waiting for you to provide them with the exact right tools to rebuild and regenerate themselves. Reclaiming your strong, youthful circulation is about so much more than just finally warming up your freezing toes at night. It is about fiercely preserving your precious physical independence, actively protecting your vibrant brain from cognitive decline, and absolutely ensuring that your overall daily quality of life only continues to get better, richer, and more joyful with each and every passing year. It is absolutely, unequivocally never too late to turn back the biological clock on your vascular health and rewrite your future. You completely deserve to walk through your neighborhood without agonizing pain, to sleep in deep comfort without heavy blankets, and to finally feel the vibrant, healing warmth of life strongly pulsing through your entire body once again. Thank you so much for spending your incredibly valuable time with me today. If you found this deep medical dive helpful and empowering, please subscribe to the channel, share this exact video right now with someone you love who is always complaining about being cold, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a critical, life-saving update from me. Now, before you close this video and go about your day, I need you to answer me this one question down in the comments section. Which of these 5 powerful circulation boosters are you absolutely going to commit to trying first thing tomorrow morning? Leave your honest answer down below. Stay incredibly warm, stay fiercely healthy, and I will see you in the next video.